Hey friends, Town Hall 13 is an hour and 22 minutes away, but we're not going to wait on that. We're going to gem it and going to get started on the next bit, which is the Town Hall 13 Let's Play episode. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to show you is actually just a scout view or photo view of a fully maxed out Town Hall 13, how it looks like, or Town Hall 12 and how it looks like. And then in a moment, we're going to gem the last time we have left on the Town Hall, and we're going to get started on the Town Hall 13 upgrade guide. And hopefully we can make a lot of progress before the end of the season, where we no longer have the gold pass, but then we are going to get a lot of loot from the bank that we're also going to create an episode on and show you guys how much progress can actually be made. Now, without further ado, I really just want to get this done. You can see the heroes are moving over since I changed the layout. We are just going to gem this 23 gems and Town Hall 13 is here. How awesome is this? Now, what is the first thing that we're actually going to see is we're going to get a hero boost is received. We're going to get a power boost for our troops, resource boost for all of our collectors, and then a star bonus. The star bonus is actually what I'm most interested in. The reason being is we are still in Titans, and as you know, the bonus that you get is increasing with the amount of trophies and the leagues that you're in. And so I've deliberately actually waited, because I realized that we're going to get this. I've deliberately waited on dropping trophies so that we might actually benefit from more ores, more loot to get in the clan castle and so on. The one thing that I didn't do that you guys can take benefit of in terms of my mistakes is if you have a daily bonus on the day that your town hall is actually finishing, don't complete it like I did, because then you can actually get an extra one in that sense, which would have been amazing, because I think it's like 4 or 5 million loot you are getting. But that is it, guys. Let's just jump straight into the next bit, which is essentially what are we going to do. So what do we actually get? Let's just check it out. So we have 5 buildings that we want to use. We're also getting a Town Hall 13 pack. We're going to look at that in a moment. Now, first, defenses. In Town Hall 13, the only major thing you get is the new scanner shot. You get 2 of them. And then obviously you have upgrades for the rest of your buildings. Now, for the next part is traps. And traps are easily the cheapest and fastest way to boost up your village, because they are immediately put down. Like, you just, no upgrade times or no building training, whatever it's calling. It's immediate. And now that is probably something that we want to do. But there are some other priorities. One of the priorities is actually the RC. I'm assuming that we actually need to upgrade the hero hall. I have not upgraded to a new town hall since the hero hall was put into the game. So I actually thought that we were supposed to go for the laboratory as the first upgrade, but we really want the hero. Now, I'm going to take a second. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do in terms of the offers, in terms of the priority, and I'm going to get straight back to you. Okay, so I actually opted for the bundle offer because I had not purchased that for this. I looked at the actual Town Hall 13 offer and I was not pleased with it. It did not look like it was worth to me. We just keep getting the offers in each time I press the okay. Can we use the shop? Maybe now. There we go. It just had to load everything in. Now, oh, there we go. Okay, so what we actually want to do first of all is we want to place down the traps, because those are non-negotiable. We want to put those in first. So let's put down the we're going to go over here and we are going to place it down right there. That looks good. The next thing that we would really like to place down is the Seeking Air Mine. That's going to go right there. And what do we have as the last one, which is just a spring trap, and that's going to go right there. The dragons are covering it, but it is actually just right there. Now, what would we like to do as the next thing? In my opinion, we have 2 upgrades. We have the laboratory and the hero hall. Let's just do the hero hall first. That is 6 days. Now, I'm not going to wait the 6 days. And the reason for that is because I really want to use the Dark Elixir on getting the champion upgraded. Like, I'm just going to start that immediately. So let's use, do we have anything else? No, we don't. So let's just use the Book of Building. There we go. Awesome. Now we've unlocked the new Royal Champion. It is, wow, 8,000. That's nothing. 6 hours. Oh Lord, you can kind of get the idea that I've not had a new hero for so long that I'm so used to these super long upgrades time. Well, let's actually just put that down immediately. That sounds good to me. Okay, why is this? Oh, it's just showing me that I have defending heroes. Okay, we need to place the banner. Okay, I did not realize that was also a feature. I just thought it would do it for us. There we go. Now we have it. All right. Now, what is the next thing? The next thing is the laboratory. We also can afford that. That's going to be 4 days, 19 hours. Once again, most important building basically is this one right here. Now I quickly want to look. This is 5 days, 17 hours. I actually had the idea that I wanted to gem something. I want to look at what type of items we have. We have a book of everything as well, so we can actually use that also. Now let's use the book of building, finish the laboratory once, so we have that done. That's really important. There we go. Awesome. Now we can go in here. We have so many things that we need to start upgrading. I'm actually considering something. Now, what am I considering? I'm considering actually getting the Dragon Riders because I think those are probably the most fun that I'm going to have. The reason being is that what else are we going to do? Well, we could do some other attack strategies. So I'm just going to quickly go and look at what attack strategies might be best for Town Hall 13, especially for war and hitting higher town halls, since I am probably going to be doing that. So let me just take a look at that and get back to you. Okay, so I probably am going to upgrade to get the Dragon Riders. It seems like it's still some form of air attack or some Yeti super archers, and I really like the Dragon Riders. We are also, spoiler alert, going to upgrade the healing tome for the Warden, and those pair really, really well together. So I'm just going to collect this right here. That takes us just 500k short. Now, can we actually go ahead and get that? I'm assuming that we can do a quick attack, and that should enable us to do it. There we go. That is awesome. We can actually just upgrade this one right here, and instead of using gems, we can actually just use the book of everything. However, want to look at this one. 4 days, 19 hours, not worth it. I'd rather just get the barracks done. What do we get in the dark barracks? We get the apprentice warden, which could be good for some super troops like the super witches, perhaps, maybe the bowlers, but not really worth it. So let's just book up everything. This one right here. There we go. We've unlocked the Dragon Riders. Now, what do they cost? 6 million. Now the beauty of what we have going on right here is actually that I have some rune of elixirs. Now let's just fill up the storage. I know we can upgrade these and get an extra, like, I think 400,000, I believe it is. So we're gonna get, you know, wait, is it 1 million actually? It's actually 1 million. Christ. Okay, so it's actually, we're gonna get to 20 million or something like that total once we upgrade everything. Okay, well, that's just how it is. We're going to lose out on that. We can't wait on upgrading these storages before we actually start any upgrades. This is 5 days. It's going to cost 6 million. Now, what do we have that we can speed this up with? Well, we have the research potions. Now, I really want to use those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can sleep on it, and that will be done. So that works out perfectly. Do we get any upgrades for the army camp? Yes, we do. We might actually have the ability to upgrade all of them today. However, is there anything else on our priority list that we have the recall spell, so that could actually be insane. We have the workshop to get these siege barracks, which would help our queen a lot. So I actually really want to prioritize getting the siege barracks before we get the RC, and I say the RC because I mean the recall spell is basically just an RC ability or RC spell. So a bit of a debate right here. Obviously we're going to get both, 5 days, 14 hours, and a about 7 million upgrade, and this is a 7.2 and 5 days, 14 hours. So it's basically the same. It's exactly the same actually. And this was closer to it, so it's probably worth just putting the spell factory down. So 7.2 million, just like that. Now, what can we do now? Well, we can actually do something fun, because we do have, if I can find it, another rune of elixir. How amazing is that? Now, can we spend 800,000 on anything? I don't think so. No, probably not. Now, do these scatter shots, what's the building time on that? 5 days, 14 hours. I'm not going to prioritize that, and there's a very good reason for that, and it's simply just we need the builders for a lot of other stuff. So let's put the rune of elixir to use. So we're going to get the storage filled up immediately. Now I just saw that we had the icon. We actually unlocked the noble thingy, and this is probably the next two upgrades that we're going to do. So it's going to be the workshop to get these seeds back, which is going to be huge. So we have that. Now the next thing is going to be the 5 million upgrade for the blacksmith, and now once those are done, we're going to upgrade the army camps. And the reason why I want to do these steps beforehand is because I want to unlock the things I want to use before I upgrade the army camps. Also because to me it's kind of a hurdle to get over on having, you know, there's still some, we don't know when the upgrade drops for the instant, you know, training times, and so I just feel like getting these out of the way as soon as possible, and upgrading the dragon riders obviously. Now after upgrading the dragon riders, we're probably going to start the dragons, then the healers, and then the balloons potentially, and then from there we are just going to check out and see what we can actually do. Now funnily enough, we actually still have the gem guy. I probably rather use the gems for like instantly upgrading something, but I could be wrong here. What happens if I do this? It's actually only 191. Guys, we have to do that. We have to do that's basically our main army. 191 gems, that's nothing. I have to, I'm sorry guys, I have to do that. I just have to. Now is there anything I can do in here? Probably not. Is there a way for me to get an extra rune? A rune of elixir, that is. Let's check. Is there anything here? No dark elixir. We can probably just check perks. No reward list. Unclaimed. Yeah, no, there aren't. Okay, so we still need the blacksmith upgraded, and we basically only have gold. Let me see if I can fix this somehow. Okay guys, I fell into, I couldn't not do it. So I actually ended up buying the Town Hall 13 pack also. So we get a Book of Heroes extra, we get some gems, some extra gems, and then the reason why I did it is because then I got the extra points that you can use, and I actually had 5,000, so I could get another rune of elixir, which is absolutely insane guys. We're just gonna, you know, hammer through the first bit, and we're gonna get a free scatter shot right here, and that's actually already upgraded. So let's put it down right there. Level 2 we can't upgrade before we're actually going to go to Town Hall 14, which is the next part, and everyone is just requesting the Super Yetis still. And I mean, Legends League on my main account is just horrible. It's actually horrible. Everyone is just destroying my base with triple clone Super Yeti blimps, but that's another story. Now what is it that we actually want to do? Now we have 1 million. It would be nice to not waste 1 million. Can we actually do, I want to buy the, what happens if we buy 2.5? That's 3.5. Can we do anything with 3.5? No. Can we farm 1.5 million? Probably not, right? And we have nothing here. We have nothing in the treasury. There's nothing to do. So let's just wait. Do we have the, we do guys. Holy crap, we actually do. So we can do 2.2, yeah, like this. That's good. And then what was I saying? We could buy this right here, the elixir. Does that give us enough? It does. How amazing is this? Holy crap, that's awesome. Now, what do we want to do here? We have some Book of Everythings that came with the offer. We also got a lot of Book of Heroes. We have 3 of those and 2 Books of Everything. Now, in terms of priority, Clan Castle is also something that we want to look at. We have 1 builder left. Now, what would we actually love to do here? We would probably love if we could just finish the... this is very difficult. I could potentially just gem this. How long are the upgrades for the army camps actually? Those are 4 days, 19 hours. Do we have any of the builder potions? That could probably save us. That's 20 hours, so that's another 2 hours, then we can wait. Yeah, so I'm probably going to do that. Now, the first thing we want to do is probably just fill up the, this elixir. Once again, that's insane. I'm flabbergasted by the fact that I actually have the ability to do that. Should we just upgrade everything that's elixir related in terms of barracks, clan castle and everything? Is that where we're at? What about the Darkspell factory? That is fully maxed, so we're not going to get anything out of that. And 6 hours, so that is dedicated to the Royal Champion. We could actually just finish this one, so we get the workshop. Oh wait, we also get the log launcher at this level. I did not know that. I thought that was previously a Town Hall 14 only thing. Christ. Do we want to use the log launcher? I can't decide that. It's impossible to decide. However, I would like to get the troop capacity up for the clan castle. In old age, the clan castle was actually the #1 upgrade that you wanted to do. If you guys ever seen Klaus gaming back in the day, the golden era of Clash of Clans, one of the things that he advocated for the most was actually to get the clan castle upgrade. Now, I don't see it just as valuable as previously, and the reason for that is simply just because I'm not that big on war, and I'm not that big on spending medals on getting this, so to me it's not really that big of an upgrade, so I might actually postpone it for afterwards. Now 7.2 and 6, that's 13, so we can actually do both of those and get away with it. We don't get more than this. Do we want the Apprentice Warden? Not really though, right? Because we're going to do the air attack spam in the beginning of it. So let's upgrade to get the log launcher. And let's... Do we want to... Yeah. Getting the scatter shot. If we get the scatter shot, we can change our layout. So we actually have a real layout and not a fake layout. But, you know, we're not really that interested in that, so the idea here is actually to focus more on, we can actually also just Book of Everything that, but we are not going to do that. We are, however, going to spend all of our gold on walls. How many can we actually do? They are as cheap as the one we just did, because the scaling, the further you get, like, once they release a new Town Hall, the lower Town Halls gets discounts. So Town Hall 12, the walls were also 1.6 million, but now it's still also 1.6 million. And the reason for that is they're trying to get people to advance faster through the Town Halls, lower Town Halls, to get further into the end game. So that's the reason why we're seeing this. Now, how many can we do? We can do 13, which is a terrible number. We're just going to do it. That's it. That's the first Town Hall 13 walls that we have. That's awesome, fantastic. I love that. Now we could actually just continue doing that, like so. So we can, yeah, we can actually. So we can just, you know, do this just one more time. Oh, that was one too many. There we go. Spend all of the gold. Do we actually have a rune of gold? We do. Not going to use that though. We're going to assign this to the Dragon Riders. There we go. Awesome. Now, the last upgrade that we do want to do is actually the army camp. Now, what happens if we actually gem the blacksmith, so that we actually get... We could actually just do that. Is there anything that goes against doing that? and we need to farm this bit. This is going to be a really difficult time, guys, because when do we get the star bonus 19? So that is going to give us a lot of loot. Do we have anything here? Yeah, just that. Oh, actually, I think raid medals. We actually need to buy the builder elixir, and I think that we can actually start one of the last upgrades for the Bob guy right here, because this guy is actually level 20, as you can see, without the boost, and so this guy needs 2 more levels. So let's just do that one. Not that that has anything to do with this bit of the video, but just to get it out of the way, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Let's upgrade the army camp. That is just it was that 20 more space is actually kind of huge. That's like 4 more balloons or an extra dragon. So let's do that. That is all of the golden elixir that we had available. Now I do see that we have this guy right here, and so if we did have the loot, we could actually go out and upgrade the clan castle with him, due to the fact that he is probably cheaper than anything else. Now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save some of the gems, and we're actually going to end the video right here. We could actually go out and do an attack. Let me just check. Oh, train troops. I would very much like some of these guys right here. I think it's 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. That gives us 2. How much do they? 25. So that's 50, that's 70. So then we need 15 more. So like this. There we go. That looks great. Yep, let's gem this. And we have full capacity. Now, why do I have the clone? That was because I was doing some attacks in war, and the war attacks required me to use the super yetis because I was 2-starring some Town Hall 15s, and 2-starring Town Hall 15s is it's not fun in games. It's actually really difficult, so I needed to like log in. And what are the upgrading heroes? Swap upgrading heroes. Oh, it's because we now get the 4th space, which is a huge offensive part. I actually missed that. So let's see if we can find a base. Is this a good base to hit? It doesn't have a whole lot of loot. Let's go for something with above 500,000-600,000. I think that's a good... Yeah, that's probably the best place, because we are back to farming loot. For a long time, we've had a situation where we didn't need loot at all. So now that we actually do, it's probably a good idea to, you know, focus on it. Now, what can we do right here? We can probably hit at least 2 of those, and then 1, 2, 3, like so. And where's the last one? Up here. We're going to use the king to get that, and then we're going to get the 1, 2 and 1, 2. There we go. Actually, it's great. Dragon riders, and there we go. And let's also get the minion prints in there. Now we have 2. Do they have a single? Yeah, they actually do have single target infernos. And single target infernos are great when you have lightning spells or freezes, because you can actually just reset them like so, and they will, you know, redo the whole thing they have going on. Let's rage in the middle because it's a really stacked core. I'm gonna get that one down. That's one of them. Now let's use the minion prince ability. I'm not entirely sure if the abilities actually scale while you have the boost going. It could be the case. I'm not entirely sure, as I said. The lovely thing about the boost, I don't know when they introduced this, a few years back maybe, and it really helps new town hall levels get a feeling of what they can expect once they have upgraded. It also helps a lot in terms of hitting those town halls that are on their same level once they have upgraded. So to me, having this boost available, where my heroes and I think also my equipment and all of my offensive capabilities besides the army camps and so on, is actually amazing. Now I actually do want to end it here because I don't want to, you know, get the trophies. It was 6 extra trophies. It didn't really matter, but you know, a little also goes a long way. Now let's just reuse that army because that is what we're going to do. Now I don't want to mess about. I actually do want to gem this. but I don't want to do it right now because I'm not going to go out and do attacks. Instead, what I am going to do is I'm going to boost using the, what are they called, the builder potions. And we still have 3 books of heroes and a book of everything. The book of everything, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to use that for. It could actually be, I'm not sure. Yeah, see, one of the leaks that we had, guys, was that the update might come this week, maybe tomorrow or later the week. And I think that might defeat the purpose of rushing through like spell factory upgrades and so on, because we are not going to care, because we have instant training time. So it's not going to matter. Like, it's not going to delay the time. Usually back in the day, I still think it's the case right now, which is why I'm saying this is, once you're upgrading like barracks, spell factories and workshops and all of that stuff, it's going to take a longer time to train the troops or the spells or the machines from there. And that's really annoying. Let's say you're doing a training boost and you really want to just do your attacks. You can't, because you have such a long wait time because you're upgrading something. But I don't think that's going to be an issue anymore once we have the Clash Anytime update hitting soon. But yeah, that's going to be the video for today. Holy crap, that was a long video, but oh my god, we got so much done. And in a moment, like 5 days from now, we're going to get a serious bank. And in a few days, like a day and a half, we're going to get all of the rewards from the clan games, and we're going to continue on just advancing through Town Hall 13. My predictions is by end of May, potentially end of May, we are pretty much going to be maxed out, because offensive wise, it's not a whole lot. The heroes is probably what is going to take the longest. We can just grind that out with Clash Anytime. Defensive wise, it's you know, it's an upgrade to each item. It's each defensive, and that's really it. But yeah, in the interim period, the priority really is offense, army camps and heroes on the side of it, and laboratory we're going to get going because that doesn't require builders. Once we have the army camps done, we're going to start on storages just to increase the capacity. Once we have that done, maybe we have done the clan castle, but that's something that we can choose to do. We're going to get the dark barracks done. We're going to get into the defense, which is going to be the scatter shot, the eagle artillery inferno tower, and the town hall. And then from there, we're going to work down the priority list here in terms of expos, air defenses, archer towers, and so on. I'm blabbering, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in for these, and I hope you guys are going to have just a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.